north of downtown Tampa. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Carolina Panthers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Set, ready, 50, plant.
59. It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time. 25, check 25. Check.
61, matchbox, lights. Hey, exit.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
Set, 19.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. You got tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Good set, 19.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Check 24. Check 24. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Motion. Hey, let's go.
On second down, it's Watts, and he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of 2, now third down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And the 13-year man puts it through, and the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Not the way they wanted to begin things. You had the interception on the first play of the game. The good news, it only led to 3 points.
And remember our conversation with him prior to the ball game? He said they had something special designed for the first play. It didn't hit. Let's see if he can rebound from it and not let it get him down.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. Airing it out deep for Smith. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
No. Look at me. Zipper.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Hey, we heavy on the edges. Heavy on the edges.
Snap.
They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Alert. Hey, watch the ball.
Watch Twit. Watch the time him up.
On 2nd down now, it's Watts. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Watson. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
On 2nd down, it's Armstrong. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down.
Let's go.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll run it now out of the gun. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
70, Indy. Pilot, 64, weak. Hey, team 6.
2nd and 9 now. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch, maybe you move some motion, maybe you put him on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their third possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense, just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now a give, right side. Watts. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. Looking to throw again on second down. Watson escaping the pressure right. And his throw is incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Throwing on third down. Watson flushed out right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Faking the give. Now Watson. Trying to lay one up deep. Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Well, so much for a little 5-yard pass play to your tight end. They made him a deep ball threat there, and it worked out.
Times have changed, haven't they? Those used to be plays that we would clip and save because you didn't see it very often. Big tight end, deep downfield catching a pass. Now it's almost standard. That's a big part of everyone's offense. Get it to those guys because they're not just tight ends anymore. They're athletes.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Nothing for him yet from an offensive standpoint. Down 10 and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
It's our time.
Now again, right side. Watts. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Now Watson on 3rd and goal. Eluding the pressure right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
And his kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely...
Now a hit and a loose football. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secure. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. Right back to him on 1st down. A tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
On 2nd down now. It's Watts, and he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching.
And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turnover 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing. But I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On 2nd down, it's Watts. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down. Watson now to throw. His pass caught. at the 4. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
On 3rd down, Armstrong. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike is 59.
Back to throw now on 1st down. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Get that
Blue draw corkers.
Check. Crunch.
Hey, wahoo. Hey.
Motion.
They'll look to throw here. Complete. Smith has it. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. First time into the red zone for the Buccaneers. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. He'll drop to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the 2nd half.
Point after, right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half.
Buccaneers, nothing.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
22-jet bomber, 22-jet bomber. Hey, Delta.
56.
They'll throw now on the final play. Forced out to his left. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. So we've reached halftime here on Halloween. And trust me, kids, if you had to look at Charles Davis every game, you'd think every day was Halloween. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'm guaranteeing he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
It's our kill.
Now a give, right side. Watts. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Watts. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Now it's Watson. And my goodness, this is incomplete. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. On 3rd down, Armstrong. And he loses the football a 2nd time.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Brian Burns.